You are a tractor driver, you are a farmer. You shouldn't complain driving my cars because they are the best cars in the world. That was Enzo Ferrari's advice to Ferruccio Lamborghini, which resulted in the creation of one of the super luxury car brands, Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on the 28th of April 1916, to great farmers Antonio and Evelina Lamborghini in Renazzo, Italy. No one could have known that this boy would change the world of cars. As a young man, Lamborghini was drawn more to farming machinery rather than the farming lifestyle itself. Following his interest in mechanics, Lamborghini studied at the Fratelli Taddia Technical Institute near Bologna. In 1940 he was drafted into the Italian Royal Air Force, where he served as a mechanic during World War II. Lamborghini was later taken prisoner, following the fall to the British at the end of the war in 1945, and was not able to return home until the following year. He married, but his wife later died in 1947 while giving birth to his firstborn child by the name of Tonino. The story of Lamborghini's invention starts with the tussle between Ferrari and Ferruccio Lamborghini. The founder of Ferruccio Lamborghini founded a business making tractors from reconfigured surplus military machines near Bologna, Italy after World War II. He quickly made his fortune in the tractor business. When Ferruccio Lamborghini started making a lot of money as an industrialist, he decided to treat himself by purchasing a white Ferrari for himself and a black Ferrari for his wife. When significant clients would come to the tractor firm to sign contracts, he would drive them to the restaurant in his Ferrari after they had finished business at the tractor company. Lamborghini was not a particularly skilled driver in most situations. He never stopped stepping on the gas pedal. This necessitated many trips to the neighboring Ferrari plant in order to get the clutch replaced. After changing the clutch many times, Lamborghini made the decision to have the clutch changed at his own tractor firm by his own head technician. Following the disassembly of the Ferrari's engine and transmission, the technician working for Lamborghini found that the clutch that had been installed on the Ferrari was similar to the clutch that had been installed on one of Lamborghini's own small tractors. It was a commercial clutch that was installed in Maseratis, Ferraris, and any other sports vehicle that was available during that time period. In addition to that, it was adapted to fit on a certain model of Lamborghini tractor. This did not sit well with Lamborghini, and he was very angry since his tractor manufacturer sold the identical part for 10 lire, yet Ferrari charged him 1,000 lire for the same item. Then, at some point, he ran across Enzo Ferrari, and the two of them began conversing with one another. During the course of the conversation, Ferruccio Lamborghini starts saying to Enzo Ferrari, "You construct your lovely automobiles using my tractor parts." The notoriously arrogant Enzo Ferrari shot back an immediate response, telling him, "You are a tractor driver, you are a farmer. You shouldn't complain about driving my cars because they are the best cars in the world." Lamborghini was already irritated and agitated before this, and it simply served to further enrage him. In response, Lamborghini said, "Oh, sure, I am a farmer. I'll show you how to make a sports car, and I will do a sports car by myself to show you how a sports car has to be." Soon after, in 1962, the car-making branch of the Lamborghini tractor firm was established, leading to the production of a prototype that was shown off at auto shows in 1963. It is said that Lamborghini even hired a former top Ferrari engineer for his sports car production. 1964 was the year when Lamborghini began production of the first models of the Lamborghini 350 GT, which boasted performance that was far superior to that of a Ferrari. Ferruccio Lamborghini is credited with laying the groundwork for Lamborghini's success by attracting a large number of sports car enthusiasts with his new vehicle. In the wake of the triumph of the Lamborghini 350 GT, Ferruccio Lamborghini also built a line of sports cars. These vehicles, which included the Jarama, the Espada, the Miura, and the Islero, were all capable of giving Ferrari sports cars a run for their money. The 350 GT was met with a very favorable reception. 13 clients to make an immediate purchase of the automobile. A total of 120 automobiles were manufactured over the course of the next 2 years. The beginning was methodical and deliberate with the 350 GT. Ferrari was not very concerned about this automobile. However, the year 1965 marked the return of the Turin automobile show. Then things took an unexpected turn for the worse. Because something has just arrived for Lamborghini that will completely revolutionize the world of supercars. In addition, the Lamborghini Miura was a groundbreaking vehicle. As a nod to Formula One, the engineers positioned the driver in front of the engine. It was the first mass-produced car to ever have the engine located in the middle of the vehicle. Almost instantly, it was recognized as a triumph. After that terrible encounter in Maranello with Enzo Ferrari, Mr. Ferruccio was finally able to acquire the vehicle that he desired in order to compete with Enzo Ferrari. The Miura began production in 1967. There were a total of 764 vehicles manufactured until manufacturing was halted in 1973. Both Jarama and Araco were being developed at the same time. Unfortunately, the beginning of the 1970s did not conclude on a positive note. The global oil crisis arrived in the 70s. The global economy was catapulted into a downward spiral, which quickly became uncontrollable. In just 1 year, the market for supercars experienced a decline of 80%. Ferruccio Lamborghini was forced to sell his company, even though work on the well-known Countach had already begun. Ferruccio Lamborghini ceased the production of automobiles and tractors altogether. Instead, he goes to his lakeside house in Perugia, which overlooks Trasimeno Lake. In this location, he begins a little wine production. A hotel complete with a restaurant and a golf course was constructed at a later time. Tenuta Lamborghini is the name of the estate that is still in operation today. Despite this, the plant has been taken over by its new owners. After a little pause, the famous Lamborghini Countach eventually made its way onto the platform. The automobile was designed to resemble a spacecraft and quickly became the brand's signature appearance. Similar to the Miura, the engine was located in the middle of the vehicle, just behind the driver. However, it was now placed in a longitudinal orientation. The pattern appeared to have come from deep space. The doors opened into the ceiling. Nobody has ever seen anything even somewhat similar to that before. The meaning of the name Countach, it is pronounced Countach, and its literal translation from Italian to English is wow. The last model of Countach, constructed between 1988 and 1990, featured a 5.2-liter V12 engine producing 455 horsepower. Meanwhile, Lamborghini went bankrupt and changed hands thrice. The money ran out by the end of 1978 as a result of the oil crisis. In 1980, the firm fell bankrupt and was purchased by two Swiss brothers with the surname Mimran. For 10 years, they have successfully operated the firm. Chrysler purchased the firm in 1987. The Mimran brothers gain a lot of money by purchasing the bankrupt estate, refining it, and then selling it to the massive American conglomerate. In 1990, the Countach replacement was introduced. Diablo Lamborghini was the quickest automobile in the world when it arrived. It too had a massive mid-mounted V12 behind the driver, similar to the Countach. Almost 3,000 units were produced during the course of the car's 10-year production run. In the same period, the company's ownership changed 3 additional times. First to an Indonesian corporate group and then to a Malaysian investment firm. At the end of 1998, the mighty Audi AG bought Lamborghini for $110 million. Audi immediately initiated a restructuring and modernization program for Lamborghini. As a result, the last 2 models of Diablo, 2000 and 2001, are much better than the preceding automobiles. The Murcielago was the first Lamborghini constructed exclusively under the supervision of Audi in 2001. Over approximately a 10-year period, it was manufactured in over 4,000 units in various configurations. Lamborghini has since released a number of antique model supercars. The Aventador range has been discontinued from July 2021. It has been stated that it would be replaced with a new electric vehicle in the near future. The 2022 Lamborghini Aventador Ultimi is the last Lamborghini Aventador. Last but not least, there would be no Lamborghini in the world if Ferrari had never existed. The Lamborghini Miura, which is considered by many to be the first ever supercar, would not have been produced either. However, this does not imply that Ferrari assisted Lamborghini in the development of a vehicle. Ferruccio Lamborghini, the company's creator, intended to create a perfect grand touring vehicle, a better Ferrari. So we may conclude that the Lamborghini story is a beautiful revenge story between two of the world's top sports car businesses. In all that, Ferruccio Lamborghini has demonstrated how extremely successful you can become in life and what kind of mythology you can create only by confronting a difficulty in his everyday life, a vision that grew from this challenge, and a competitor who actually inspired Lamborghini.